Hello students, Philip Sherriff here, and today we're joined by Tasha Page, who's one of our graduates of Fitness Institute, and she's also a powerlifting coach. First of all, we're going to look at some of the gear, and Tasha, as you'll notice, has some very slimline shoes on here, which are great, and they're going to be really good at getting low to the ground. You're going to want to try and avoid runners or any shoes that have a pretty big sole to them. Additionally, one of the other main bits of gear is the powerlifting belt. Notice how this has the same width to it. You can wear this at the point that you can't lift as much anymore. It's definitely going to help you add about 5 to 10 kilos to your lifts. We're going to look at Tasha's technique now. She's going to grip the bar, maintain a really nice flat back, and get 3 good little demos out here. Notice that each time she resets to lift. She's not just doing a tap and go. We're going to go through some more points now, and first we've got the hands, shoulder width, and reverse grip. These are some of the Wilks checklist points. So notice that one hand's over and the other hand comes underneath. So this is also called an alternate grip or a reverse grip. Okay, and obviously we want to keep this hand spacing nice and even. So you want to look down at the markings on the barbell and make sure that we're nice and even there. So we're picking up the bar as perfectly even as possible, getting as much tension and holding a really tight grip on the bar. So there's a couple of different stances for the deadlift. The main one that you probably notice is the conventional deadlift stance. So the feet are on the inside, feet are usually underneath our hips, and the hands just drop straight down, so they're under our shoulders. Alternatively, now Tasha's going to the Sumo deadlift stance, where the feet are nice and wide and the hands just drop straight down. So that's good because you don't have to lift the bar as high up as you do with the conventional stance. Okay, so now we're looking at whether the toes are slightly outwards versus forwards. So I was always taught forwards. Tasha, with the more specific powerlifting coaching, they've got the toes face slightly outwards, and that's fine. It just depends on what your preference is and what suits you best. We also want to get really nice and close to the shins, so that barbell's only got about 1 centimeter width between the barbell and the shins. Okay, another good point, keeping the shoulders over the bar. And you notice that point I just pointed to right there, that is directly vertically over the bar. I'm lining it up there and it is perfect. So sometimes you can be too far forwards or too far back. Now we're looking at a deep breath and a top down versus a bottom up approach. So both Tasha and I prefer the top down approach. Notice the deep breath right now, holding that and then going down to grip the bar. Alternate options would be in this position, you'd be going down and getting the deep breath before coming back up. So this just depends on what preference you prefer as an athlete and what makes you most comfortable. Also might depend on how many reps you're doing and when you're resetting for multiple reps. So I hope this helps with some tips for the deadlift, and wish you all the best with coaching the lift.